Yo, what's up, guys? Everyone, today, man, I'll be talking about the Miami Heat and how they are falling apart. Now, as a dire Miami Heat fan, I am genuinely worried about this Miami Heat team. It's not like I've seen any signs of improvement from this Miami Heat team in particular on the offensive side of the basketball. Obviously, we know a couple of games ago with the Celtics, we allowed them to have one of the most efficient games, especially from three in NBA history, which is absolutely insane. Every shot they threw up literally went in. You from Tatum to Svi Mykhailiuk. Any shot they put up was going in. But in the last six games in particular, the Miami Heat fell. The Miami Heat have lost 6 games in a row. We went from, I believe, being the 4th or 5th seed early on last week to now being the 7th seed behind the Indiana Pacers. And we're a game behind. I mean, we're half a game ahead of the Magic for the 8th seed for the play-in. We're currently now the 7th seed, and we're officially in the play-in. The Pacers, with Halliburton currently out, we're behind them. The Cavs have been red hot. They had a nice win last night against the Bucks. Shout out to them. But Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell's been phenomenal. I still don't know how he's not an all-star starter or Jalen, but that's a different topic for a different day. Over David Little, by the way, him or Brunson. That's a different topic for a different day. Like I said, no Garland, no Mobley. Jared Allen's been great. Donovan Mitchell's been great. But dog, we're behind those teams. And yes, we've dealt with our injuries, but really enough, we've won a decent amount of games. We've been injured, and we've been fully healthy as of recent. We've been losing games, so I really don't know how that really makes any sense at all. Especially when Jimmy Butler was out, we had that win against the Grizzlies, the win against the Lakers, and now everybody's fully healthy. Today was the first day everybody was fully healthy. I'm like, let's go Heat. My Providence Friars got a big win today against Georgetown and our former head coach Ed Cooley. I'm like, let's go. The vibes are up today. Let's get a second big dub of the day for me. Devin Carter masterclass. Shout out to him. League bound. He will definitely take him. Dog. We go today and play the Knicks. We tie the game up the late third quarter. Julius Randle hits a 3 and they win. They end up going on to win in that game. We had the momentum, and then in one shot, Randle kills that. If Randle does not hit that shot, we may win that game. Just think about momentum. The Miami Heat had a 10-point lead early on in that game, and the Knicks had theirs. And then we came back in a 13-0 run. Jimmy Butler misses the free throw to put us up by 1. Clock runs down. Randle gets the ball right at the tail end of the third quarter. Hits a 3. Momentum shifted. Duncan Robinson with 2 boneheaded plays back to back. Shifted to the Knicks. The Miami Heat have losers of their last 6 games, and we are currently sitting with a record of 24-22. But we're obviously still first in our Southeast Division because they have a couple of troll teams like the Hawks and the Wizards. I believe the Pistons as well. Definitely troll division to say the least. But yeah, it's not looking good right now. Obviously, Miami Heat just traded for Terry Rozier. He had just flat out just been terrible. Let's call a spade a spade. We're in a division with the Magic, where we could be second if they end up winning the next game. The Magic, the Wizards, us, the Hornets, and the Hawks. I mean, only really good team there is really just the Magic. And if you want to count us as a good team right now, currently constructed, so be it. Like I mentioned with the Terry Rozier move, he just flat out just has not been good so far. His jump shooting has not been good. I've liked his rim pressure. I liked his ability to go ahead and attack the rim. I've liked his playmaking. His shooting has not been good. It feels like maybe the first couple of days, the first 2 games back to back against the Grizzlies, against the Celtics, maybe just getting his feet wet. I'm like, okay. We took a day off. We're going to New York. We got a afternoon game today. Let's get those first game jitters out the way. Another non-efficient game from Terry Rozier. Another game where he does not score single digits, which really you're really done with the Hornets. He was averaging 23 a game. I 45% from the field, 36 I think for 3. So it's pretty above average in both. And at a 57, I want to say, true shooting percentage, which is actually pretty damn good. But so far he's just been really inefficient. Obviously, we know Rozier is very inconsistent. Wasn't really expecting him to become the star with the Miami Heat, maybe hopefully potentially. But I'm obviously still not really. I'm not gonna say that he's not gonna do this and that. It's been 3 games. I'm not gonna overreact. I'll give it Rozier at least 5 to 10 games, and then if he's still not playing well, then okay, we'll have that discussion. But this is a guy who's expecting to be an elite role player for the Miami Heat. Started the point guard position, have the rim pressure, the mid-range ability, and the 3-point shooting ability as well. Also the playmaking to alleviate some of the pressure off of Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, and kind of really play off that nice little backcourt game with him and Tyler Hero. Obviously, a Hero shooting and Rozier shooting should be a match made in heaven. There's a playmaking, this and that, and the third, and just absolutely cooking, but so far, not good. Not so far so good. So far, no good. Miami Heat definitely have not looked good whatsoever. Let's just start off today with today's game against the Knicks in particular. I mean, Jimmy Butler has a good game. You're like, oh shit, maybe the Heat have been good because Jimmy Butler really hasn't been on shit. Jimmy Butler today, 11 of 20, an efficient 28 points, plays a phenomenal game. I believe only got 2 points in the fourth quarter though, which is pretty shaky. We lose though 125 to 109. Bam Adebayo at the beginning of the fourth quarter made a tweet. He only had 6 shot attempts. He ended up putting 4 shots up literally as soon as I put the tweet. As soon as I clicked send on the tweet, he put a shot up and he missed it, of course. But he also had 2 points in the fourth quarter as well. Our 2 best players literally had 4 points together in the fourth quarter. Terry Rozier, another inefficient game forward. Oh no, my bad, Rozier. My bad, Rozier. Rozier actually did have double-digit game today. Yeah, 10 points. My bad, Rozier. My bad. And the Heat shoot 37% from the field, 45%, 46% from the field. Just watch out how I mentioned the perimeter defense for the Miami Heat, which is just fucking off. The rebounding is bad as well. The offense overall is just eye-gouging bad at points as well. But by the way, 4 20-point per game scores, and it's this bad. Like, how does that make logical sense? Miami, the Knicks today shot 51% from the field, 51% from three. They made 17 of their 33 3-point attempts. The game with the Celtics have one of the most efficient games in NBA history. They shoot 63.7% from the field, 55% from 3. They make 22 of 40 from the field. Jimmy, 7 of 11. Bam, 8 of 14. Hero, 7 of 14. Rozier, 3 of 10 with 7 points. Like, and then Miami Heat shoot 44% from the field, 38% from 3. Like, they don't even shoot like poorly. It's just these other teams that they're playing against are shooting godly numbers, which is again comes back to how bad the perimeter defense of Miami have been, especially when you run zone. You have a maniac coach that I love, one of the GOAT coaches of all time, Erik Spoelstra. He's constantly in zone defense. What does zone defense allow? Your perimeter defense to take a step back if you're not really locked in. Now, why on earth would you run a perimeter zone against the Boston Celtics when it clearly isn't working, and they're easily the best 3-point shooting team in the league, and they live and die by the 3? If the Boston Celtics actually hit their shots last season, Miami Heat would not be in the finals, and we're lucky for that. Celtics, when they were hitting their shots, like a couple of games they hit their shots, like especially when they were at home, not game 7 though, because we went a crazy game, but they were fucking killing us. They were fucking, like, y'all remember that game 3 we had against them in Miami? If we could shoot like that, that's tough, but like that's just not realistic. We lost against the Grizzlies 105 to 96. We lost with them without Marcus Smart, without Ja Morant, without Desmond Bane. Bam Adebayo had Jaren Jackson Jr. in a torture chamber. He was 5 of 21 with 15 points. All Terry Rozier had to do in his NBA debut with the Miami Heat was hit a step back 3. He would have had the lead because he would win a game with the momentum. He misses the shot. The Miami Heat lose. Jimmy 4 of 10. Bam 4 of 13. Hero had an efficient game, 8 of 15. Heroes in his debut with Miami Heat, off the bench in 29 minutes, 3 of 11, 1 of 5 from 3. By the way, when we traded for him, he was like 0 for like 16, 17 from 3. So got him at the perfect time, I guess, right? The Grizzlies shot 45% of the field, but listen again. The Grizzlies, without all those players I just mentioned, shot 47% from 3, including 17 of 36 from 3. Miami, on the other hand, we shot 40.2% from the field, a disastrous performance. 32.4% from 3, 40.2% from the field. Then we lose to the Magic as soon as Franz Wagner comes back. Of course, he comes back right against us. Jimmy Butler, 5 of 10. Bam, that's a good game, 8 of 17. Hero, 4 of 14, including all of his makes, all from 3, which he shot 11 threes. This is also the last game of Kyle Lowry. He shot 1 of 9 from the field, including 0 of 6 from 3. By the way, Kyle Lowry, is this guy ever making his Hornets debut? I've been watching these Hornets games, and I'm just like, where's Kyle Lowry? Like, I literally forgot he's on them. I don't know if he's not going there. I don't even know. I haven't looked if he's on a bench or something like that. I don't know if he's just not pulling up. Like, I guess he's looking for a trade or a buy or some shit. Obviously, the Hornets do want to play guys like Nick Smith Jr. and obviously their franchise guy LaMelo Ball. By the way, I do have a Hornets video coming up soon. Sneak peek. coming out Tuesday. That's beside the point. This was the game that they were like, yeah, we gotta go trade for Terry Rozier. He makes his debut literally the next game with Miami Heat. And the game before that, the game that Miami should have won, a 109-108 loss to DeJounte Murray. After that game winner that he hit that game in 3, which was just like so fucking dumb. I'm like, Terry Rozier's a Heato. This was Friday, by the way. Like, Terry Rozier's a Heato. By the way, at this point, we were 24-18, so I'm still chilling. We're still doing pretty good. And then we ended up losing 1, 2, 3, 4, I believe, in a row. And now we're not good at all. DeJounte Murray with 22 on 22 shots. He hit the game in 3. The Hawks shot 46% from the field, 42% from 3. The Miami Heat, Bam, 7 of 15, Hero 10 of 19, Jimmy 8 of 10. So efficient games from our 3 best players. Duncan Robinson 5 of 8, 4 of 7 from 3. We shoot 46% from the field, 38% from 3, 90% from the line. Made 20 of our 22 free throw attempts. We ended up losing that game. Then the Raptors game, the first game with Pascal Siakam out for the Raptors. This is when I was like, what the fuck is going on with the Miami Heat? We were down at that point in the first half, like 30 plus points. We ended up losing the game by 24 points. We lost the game 121-97. This was without Pascal Siakam. Jimmy Butler 6 of 11, Bam 7 of 13, Hero 7 of 20. Hero does have these games where he's really efficient. He does games really inefficient. He can never be inconsistent at times. Duncan Robinson 6 of 11. Even Caleb Martin gives you 4 or 5. You shoot 45% from the field, 21% from 3, 6 of 28 from 3. Like, does that even sound like a real number to even blurt out? Like, Jesus Christ. Raptors, on the other hand, shoot 51% from the field, 52% from 3. Again, look at these numbers. Every team against Miami is shooting at the minimum 50% from 3. I mean, you're playing a zone. Teams are driving and kicking, getting wide open threes, and they're making the Miami Heat pay. And it's just so annoying. Like, it really is. I believe the Miami Heat were like the #1 shooting 3-point team early on into the season, and I don't know what they are now. Let me go ahead and look that up. So the Celtics we just played, they're literally averaging the most points, or not the most points, they're averaging the 4th most points. The Miami Heat are shooting, I don't know if this is, yeah, I believe this is 3 points scoring. The Miami Heat are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're 8th right now, 3-point percentage at 37%, so it's still pretty decent. And that's on 33.2 per average. By the way, the Celtics are shooting 38.2, I mean 38.1 on. Damn, bruh. I looked this up. 42.7%. So we're also, the Miami Heat are also making about 12.5 threes per game on 33.4%. I mean 33.4 average. So it's not anything too insane. But obviously, the Miami Heat are hitting their threes consistently. I really am high in this Heat team. But now when you look at the Miami Heat have the 4th worst opposite in the NBA. The Grizzlies were the worst teams in the NBA, respect to them. Blazers, awful team. Hornets, young, exciting team, but not really good. And the Miami Heat, who are currently 17th right now in the NBA for the Eastern Conference, with an average points of 110.5. Other teams as well, the Bulls, the Magic, they're right behind us, but they have an elite defense. Miami have a good defense, not really an elite defense, and the Celtics just picked this apart. So, and the defense hasn't been bad, but the Miami Heat are definitely a undersized team. But now Haywood Highsmith starting at the 4. With Jovic, he was even worse because he's not clearly under he is that Haywood Highsmith is. They were shooting threes, really not really consistently hitting them. In terms of opponents, by the way, the Miami Heat also have the 11th best defensive rating as well. So they do have minimum a top 11 defense in the NBA. They are also allowing the 7th least points in the NBA, only holding teams to 111.3 points per game. Again, I don't know if that's baked in with the Knicks game. I know that definitely is included with the Celtics game, but Jesus Christ, the Miami Heat, especially the perimeter defense, the rebound, the inconsistencies with the team, the constant injuries. Now we're fully healthy. We're not really playing well still. It really is a head scratch, and I'm very, very worried about this Miami Heat team. Like I said, we have the 11th highest the 11th best. I don't know if it's highest, lowest, whatever. The 11th best defensive rating with the defensive rating of 113.7. And rebounds per game. The Miami Heat are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're the 5th worst rebounding team in the NBA, giving up an average or only averaging 49.4 rebounds per game, which is pretty fucking bad. Jimmy Butler in his last 6 games against, just a little bit, I guess, skewed because he had a really good game today against the Knicks. 19, 4, and 4. I don't know what. That's on 55% from the field and 33% from 3, 83% from the line. So he's been really efficient. He's just not really been putting the shots. Now, Bam Adebayo, on the other hand, in his last 6 games, all obviously losses. I mean, he averaging 17, 9, 4 on 60% from the field and 75, I want to say, percent from the free throw line. I don't know why they're not like showing the whole entire thing, but that's beside the point. I saw that Bam Adebayo coming to this game was 3 of 28 from the mid-range. Now, I don't know what classified as a mid-range. Is it 14 to 16 feet? Is it 14 and 18? Is it 16 to 18? I don't know what the fuck classified as a mid-range. I tried to look that shit up a couple days ago, just wouldn't show me, and I'm like, I'm not going through this rabbit hole to find out what the fuck a mid-range is classified as by shot length. But yeah, the mid-range shot is there. Obviously now we have a nice pick and roll game with him and Terry Rozier. You obviously have the shooting of Rozier, the mid-range shooting of Bam Adebayo, and obviously the finishing ability of Bam Adebayo as well. So we've been clamoring for a nice playmaker to add Bam Adebayo. That is definitely Terry Rozier. But the fact that he's not shooting efficiently from the field definitely is not something to rave about. So I'm not going to rave too much about Terry Rozier. Tyler Hero in his last 6 games is averaging 18, 4, and 4, 3.2 assists per game, shooting 38.9% from the field. 36.4%. I believe he's still a 40% three-point shooter. I heard Zach Lowe talk about this on the clip I saw on Twitter from his podcast, and he talked about he was trying to see Tyler Hero look more like a Klay Thompson, more catch and shoot. And I've been watching Hero recently, especially today. I was like, yo, Hero as a catch and shooter is nice. No, like, stop trying to like break the air or pump the air out the ball and just dribble the shot like this, that, and the third. Like, not like be like Duncan Robinson, but like kind of be like Duncan Robinson, a guy that gets to the rim at points, but he's known for his 3-point shot. Like, you don't need to do all that. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Let's just stick to the plays. Let's stick to hitting your threes. Let's call it a day. Now, Terry was here in his last 3 games with Miami. He has been just downright bad, especially. He hasn't been. Maybe not facet of imagination. I didn't expect him to be this poorly. With Miami Heat, Terry Rozier is averaging 8.7 points, 5 assists, 3.7 rebounds, shooting a resounding 30.3% from the field, 18.2% from 3. Yes, he's a 4th option. He's not going to get 20 plus shots, but Rozier should be a guy getting at least 15 shots a game. He's getting 11 shots per game. I saw when he first came, he was like, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. Yo, Terry Rozier, we traded a 2027 first round pick for you. Miami Heat do not trade first round picks, so don't take that as lightly. Like, yes, you might be a 4th option, I put a 3rd option, but we need you taking at least 15 shots a game and getting at least 6 assists a game as well, because we need both of those. If we don't have any of those, like, there's a reason why we're losing these games, like, with all due respect. We gotta get these 4 guys collectively to learn how to play basketball. We need to get a power forward as well. Dorian Finney-Smith, welcome to the Miami Heat. Caleb Martin, sayonara. 2 second-round picks, sayonara. Also, we're not playing Nikola Jovic. Obviously, he's a project player. If you want to involve him in a big deal, like, I guess, like, I love Jovic, but again, like, he's a project and he's wildly inconsistent. If you want to trade him for something big, I'm not going to be too opposed to it. Let's talk about contracts. The Miami Heat also don't normally have too much cash. I don't know for a second different team, but we do obviously have a lot of money that I've spent. Jimmy Butler's on a 3-year deal for $146 million, which expires in 2026. Bam Adebayo was on a 5-year, $163 million deal, which expires in 2026. Tyler Hero was on a 4-year deal for $120 million. This is the 2nd year of that, or maybe the 1st year of that deal, which expires in 2027. Terry Rozier is on a 4-year deal for $96 million, which expires in 2026. We are in 2024. In 2026, all the contracts expire. Don't forget, Duncan Robinson is on a 5-year deal for $90 million. So in 2026, his contract also goes ahead and expires. And he also has an early termination, aka ETO option in 2025-2026 season for $19.8 million. I think Duncan Robinson will take that money. He will be 31 years old. Just take your bread at this point. In 2026, the Miami Heat have a shit ton of cash space. We also have their four best players coming off the books, but they also still have guys like Jaime Jaquez Jr. There's the contracts of Caleb Martin. There's the contracts of Nikola Jovic. There's like gonna be a very interesting couple of seasons with the Miami Heat and see who stays, who goes. Like, y'all know that song, Should I Stay or Should I Go? Some guys are gonna stay, some guys are gonna go. Obviously, you better keep guys like Bam Adebayo. You better keep guys like this and that. But we're gonna see just what this front office thinks about this Miami Heat team, because this front office is paying these players a shit ton of money, and for them to be losing 6 consecutive games, I mean, this kind of a slap in the face at front office. Like, we just got Rozier, lost 3 in a game, lost 3 games in a row with them. By the way, we were one of the best teams in the NBA. Jaime Jaquez Jr. was winning Rookie of the Month, talking our shit. He was beating the Warriors, he was beating the Lakers, and then it all went downhill. Like, before the losing streak, we have won like 4 of our last 5, and we had that nice win against the Nets. I'm like, let's go Heat. We finally beat the Nets for the second time in the season. Let's go. These guys fucking own us. And then this shit happens, like, and then the schedule doesn't get any better. Like, that's the sad part. Our schedule does not get any better. Like, this is a really tough part of our schedule, especially losing those games to those Raptors and to the Grizzlies, teams that are not looking to make the playoffs this season, or aren't going to. Now we go ahead and we face the Phoenix Suns, who have been one of the best teams in the NBA recently. They did just loss on Booker's 62-point game, I believe. Last time I was watching that. I had Luka on this screen. I had Luka on this screen. I had D-Book on this screen. I was watching them. Lee Hoops, Luka dropped 73 in a dub. That dude's a fucking demon. Book was 62. Bro literally fell down in the clutch, but that shit had me geeking. Yeah, the Miami lost 6 in a row. The 4 best players need to be the 4 best players and be efficient and be good all together. We've seen Jimmy and Bam go all the way to the finals 3 of the last 4 years. We've seen them make the NBA finals last year. We've seen them make it the Eastern Conference finals 3 of the last 4, and NBA finals 2 of the last 4, all in the Jimmy Butler era. We need to be better. It really starts from up top with our 4 best players needing to be our 4 best players. The rebounding needs to be better. Maybe if you want to go out and get a wing like a Dorian Finney-Smith, Caleb Martin, sayonara. Like I said, 2 second-round picks, sayonara. Rebound needs to be better. Perimeter defense, Spo. Maybe if teams are hitting threes consistently, maybe get out of that fucking zone. Maybe let's run a trap. Maybe let's run a man-to-man. But none of that zone when teams are shooting 50% from 3, back to back to back to back to back games against you. Maybe you kind of switch that up. Like, Spo, we love you. You guys made 120, 100 plus $1 million. Like, you're the GOAT coach. We've lost this games in a row. I'm gonna have to call you out. I don't like to call out Spo. I don't like to call out G-Man. I don't like to call out Bam. But when the time is here, I have to call you guys out, because this team just simply needs to be better. This is the best team, in my opinion, a lot of Heat fans' opinions, the best all-around team in the Jimmy Butler era with the Miami Heat. And the fact that we've lost 6 games in a row is downright embarrassing and just downright terrible. And it needs to fucking stop. And things need to change, okay? Miami Heat need to be better at the Miami Heat. So go ahead, make me proud. Stop ruining my day, bro. Literally Saturday, had a big time with my Providence Fries. Shout out to the GOAT, Devin Carter. Shout out to my boy Joshua Bureau and Kim English. Them boys been out today and hoop they ass off. Putting off for the state of Rhode Island, man. You love to see me. You love to see it. Yeah, Miami, you need to be better, man. Wow, that was bad. Other than that, yo, that is the finish. So go down below, drop a like, comment down below, sub up, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok, and your boy John. Hopefully, got you in the video, and I'm out, man. Peace.